Ah, shit. Exactly what I didn't want to have happen happened. My knuckle hit the window button, and the video recorded stopped. So I had to start a new one. Wow, today really did turn out to be the most magical day ever. Yeah, but Derek, it's only 2:29. Yeah, I know. It's only getting better. Might be these werewolf socks. Werewolf socks? Yeah. I got all types of socks. I try to keep a tight sock game. I got Dragon socks, I got Ninja Turtle socks, got Scarface socks, I got Skullington middle finger socks. Well, I only have one, I don't know where the other one went. Skull and Crossbone socks, Michael Myers socks, Chucky socks. Oh, I got Ghostbuster socks, I forgot about them. I take a lot of pride in my socks. I always have. You like Ministry? I love Ministry. I want to hang out with Al Jorgensen one day. Well, I'm technically 1,000 Homo DJs. I forgot there was other good songs than Supernaut on there. 1,000 Homo DJs, Apathy. I'm most familiar with Supernaut, the Trent Reznor rendition of Supernaut. But I'm a huge fan of Ministry. I like all of Al Jorgensen's projects. I've been listening to Ministry since I was like 15. I've never seen them though. I read his book. His book is fucking amazing. Now, I don't know if I finished the book. I think like the last couple chapters I didn't get to, just because of life stuff that was going on at the time. That might have been around when Cousin Jason died. Johnny Depp. No, I would love to hang out with Johnny Depp. I'm like a Johnny Depp fanboy. I've always been. That dude's cool as fuck, dude. My father used to have a subscription to Rolling Stone magazine back in the day. And there was an interview with Johnny Depp in one of them. And it fucking opens up. And it's like, yeah, Johnny Depp was just sitting there. And he breaks out tobacco and some rolling papers and he rolled a cigarette. So fucking cool. Yeah, I actually just watched an interview with him not too long ago. It was actually the first interview I ever saw with him. It was pretty dope. Dude seems cool as fuck. Keanu Reeves, I kind of want to hang out with that dude too. Why? I don't know. They seem like cool guys. Why? Because I want to have celebrity friends. I want to get high with Matthew McConaughey so bad. And Woody Harrelson. Maybe not at the same time, maybe. I think they would be fucking cool. Well, when I was a kid, I used to watch Cheers all the time. So Woody was like the older brother I never had. I was raised by TV. The lady I used to be married to, she's the ex-girlfriend of the guy that owned the Jersey Shore house. I think I met him once, but I was like really drunk. Oh, that was the night with the magician. We went to the boardwalk one night. Got really drunk. Went to the boardwalk at Seaside, and there was this guy who was claiming to be a magician. He's gonna do a magic trick, and he had this like dummy underneath like a blanket, looked like a dead body. He's like, all right, I need one volunteer, so I volunteered. I forget what the fuck happened, but I know he ended up he was selling God. I think the point he was trying to make is that magic is evil and you have to have faith in God. I mean, yeah, it's I look at it a little bit more like yeah, trust in God. Have faith in yourself, though. That's not a Christian way. I'm not a Christian. You a Satanist? My father was Satan. I wouldn't say it makes me a Satanist, though. Talk to demons. Well, Satanism gets a bad rap. And then you got shitheads like the Church of Satan. That's a whole other thing. I'm more interested in like the Temple of Set. Seth? I feel really good today. I feel good getting all that shit off my chest. What's up? Well, there's the other video that was attached to this one. This wasn't supposed to be 2 videos. It was actually supposed to be just 1 video, but when I was lighting my cigarette, I fucking... If you see the other fucking video, I fucking clipped the phone with my knuckle. I'm gonna turn the recording off. So we got like another 40 minutes to kill. So is this all you do all day? You just walk around smoking and talking at the phone? Yeah, no. I gotta go back home and write still. I have a lot of shit I gotta do. Oh shit. No, I'm just doing what Hashem is kind of guiding me to do. Hashem goes, hey, go walk around, go talk. Get some shit off your chest. So that's what I'm doing. I don't have any friends in the traditional sense. Like I don't have anyone that can call like, oh yo man, you wanna go out? I don't have a lady friend to go, hey, you wanna go do something? So I just hang out by myself. What do you do for money? I don't know, money just comes to me. I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like I won, I don't want to say a lawsuit because it wasn't a lawsuit because we didn't go to court. We settled out of court. I settled out of court with Hugo Boss, the clothing company, for some back pay that they were trying not to pay me. And that showed up just in time so I could do some food shopping, get caught up on some stuff, and file some back tax returns. Which should be arriving at the IRS home office tomorrow. And in the next, I don't know, couple weeks, maybe a couple months, I should be getting another $4,000. That I plan, well, my plan right now, this is what I told God. Like, all right, make this work. I'll fly my ass over to Israel. Yeah, because I want to leave the United States for a little while. I want to experience the world. Well, also, Hashem wants to experience his creation. So, being that he experiences physical life through me, Hashem lives vicariously through me. So, right now what we're going to go do is take a trip over to Israel, start the construction of the third temple, and then see what happens from there. I mean, all great change, it starts from within. And I was explaining this to a rabbi on YouTube. Well, I mean, it was a comment, but still. I was talking to him. That what's really important, if everybody wants the Moshiach to come to power, I mean, we have to believe in it, but then he also has to believe in himself, because if the Moshiach can't believe in himself, then is that what you fucking believe? Yeah. It makes the most sense to me. Like, why would I be so connected to my Israelite ancestry? Why would God talk to me and guide me into those directions and literally put everything in my lap that I need? Hey, Don. How are you doing? Very good. These headphones. Yeah, why would God speak to me and through me, at me, but then also have life speak to me through life experiences to put me in the path of everything I need to confirm everything that I believed my whole life. Mind you, the Moshiach is kind of a new concept to me, but what it represents is everything that I've suspected about myself since I was young. So, and then going off of what I was saying about like, missed that. But what I was going on in the last video was like about how when I allowed intuition to take the wheel. Well, let's assume that Hashem is the source of all intuition. Once I allowed Hashem to take the steering wheel, and seeing how I've been guided down this path, I mean, what should I do? I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I'm not even talking about because one, I don't even know where to start. I know it. Like, I don't need to prove it to nobody. Like, there was that time in the church. That was fun. Well, I saw my name written in the ceiling in symbols. That was fun, sitting down with the priest and explaining that. Yeah. And I mean, the nice thing is too. One of the nice things is that. Hello. One of the nice things is that because I see what I can see, I can see things that other people can't. It's kind of like I can see the phoniness of the world. Not that that's really fucking hard, but the nice thing about it, the nice thing about seeing through the illusion of things is that it also helps me see through the illusions that I've built up around myself as well. Which is why, like I was saying before, that's why, even though I really don't have a need to question myself, it's still worth doing. It's still important to do because you never want to be 100% sure of anything. That's a bad sign. If you're 100% sure of something, it's a good chance you're wrong about something. I mean, that thing that you're 100% right about, that you think that you're 100% right about, once you start questioning yourself, you might notice that you're only right about 0.002% of it. Or you might find that you're only wrong about 0.002% of something, which is, both are good because both denote that you're right. Not about everything, but about enough of stuff that it's like, okay, well, let's keep this going. Let's see where it goes. Like one of the instances I was talking about was like when I had this intuitive nudge to go to the bookstore. I had been watching a lot of the work by Mark Passio, and that's where I learned about Kabbalah. That's where I learned about Hermetic principles and some of the more complex aspects of occultism and spirituality at the same time. So this one day, I had this calling: go to the bookstore. I don't know what the hell I'm going for, but I know I'm going for something. I mean, I kind of had an idea. I wanted to find a book on Kabbalah. And while looking for the book, I didn't know a name. It's not like I went there with like, oh, I'm looking for this specific book. It was more like, I'm looking for a book on this subject. And as I was combing through the books, I found a book called The Kabbalion, which sounds like Kabbalah. So I pulled it out and I saw an image of a man on there. And it was an image that I was familiar with because during one of Mark's presentations, he had a picture of Hermes Trismegistus. And when I pulled up the book, it was a picture of Hermes on this book. I'm like, what the fuck? And when I opened it and was flipping through it, it talked about how it was a book on the 7 Hermetic principles, which was a subject matter that I wanted to learn about, but I was so focused on learning Kabbalah that I didn't even consider the Hermetic principles. I didn't even know there was a book about it. So I'm like, oh, all right, this is the one. This is what I was looking for. And over the next month or so, while I was reading it, what was really interesting about it to me was the fact that like everything that it was talking about, I love this song. I love when this song comes on. Mindless Self-Indulgence, Witness. Mindless Self-Indulgence. The song's called Witness. When this song comes on, this is what I know, like, Hashem is smiling at me. But as I'm reading through the book, like, so I got into this habit. I used to drink a lot. But after my father died, I tried cutting down on the drinking, and I started smoking pot more. So my typical routine would be smoke pot before bed, and then I'd read a book. And I like smoking pot and reading Philip K. Dick, one of my favorite authors. But once I started reading the Kybalion, it was just like, what? Every chapter was another principle, but all the concepts encapsulated with that principle were things I had been thinking about my entire life. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Are you telling me that all of the random, crazy, deep thoughts that I have by myself when I'm alone, there were civilizations that were built based on these foundations? Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck is going on? This is crazy. And yeah, the book made sense, of course, and I got through the book. It wasn't for another couple months that I had some life experiences going on. Actually, you know what? It was the principal correspondence that actually helped me with reading tarot cards. That and the principle of causality. Every effect has a cause, and every cause has an effect. So the idea is, like, you're reading tarot cards, don't worry about what the meaning is. It doesn't matter what the card means. Why? You play the cause and effect game with the card, and you go, why did I need to see this card? What is this card trying to tell me? Everything happens for a reason. There's a reason why I'm seeing this. You'd be a really good teacher of tarot cards. I know, I think that sometimes. Because I don't read them in the traditional sense. Yeah, I mean, I take inspiration from the traditional meanings, but inspiration. It's not like, okay, this is the de facto meaning. What is it trying to show me is the point. Like, see, I don't read for people, I read for myself. Which a lot of readers, believe it or not, they can't do. Or don't want to. Which is something that I try to... I've had friends. I've known people who do it, but I always ask people, like, can you read for yourself? I don't know how to do that. Well, you have to. Never trust a card reader who can't read for themselves. Those are just facts. But here's the interesting thing about that too. Is like, if people read for themselves, they don't need to read for you. That's why most readers can't read for themselves. They got to read for other people. I used to read for other people until it just dawned on me that all of the insights and advice that I was given to people was advice and insights that I needed to hear. And how all the people I was working with, their life situation that they were coming to me about just happened to be like a situation that I was intimately familiar with. And if not for them coming to me, I wouldn't have considered it, and I wouldn't have started following my own advice. And that's another thing. Never trust anybody. Never ask advice from somebody that doesn't follow their own advice. Because if your advice isn't good enough for you to listen to, why the fuck would you expect me to listen to it? I know you're not going to listen to me. No, you don't listen to you. Why would I listen to you? That's not to say don't ask people for advice. I mean, you don't even need to ask people for advice. Ask Hashem. Hashem, what should I do for the rest of the day? Wait until you get to it. You'll know what to do as soon as it happens. And if you still have a question about it afterwards, feel free to ask me again, because I'm not going anywhere. All right. Easy. Consider me your freedom partner. because I want you to be as free as you want to be, and more. Because there's going to come a point when the people around you can't deny your experiences or what they experience around you. And they're probably going to have to ask themselves, like, how are you doing that? How exactly are you doing all that? What kind of devilry is this? Reminds me of it's one of the last episodes of Star Wars Rebels. It was one of the last episodes of Star Wars Rebels when Thrawn's navy was attacking the rebel base. And oh man, what the hell? If you saw Star Wars Rebels, you'll know what I'm talking about. The guy that Kanan kept on going to, and he's not a man, but that entity that Kanan kept on going to for advice, he wasn't either on the light side or the dark side. He looked like a big, monster. But something happened where Kanan pissed him off, and he went into the clouds and was destroying the Imperial army. But you could see his face in the clouds. And Thrawn was with his troopers as the rebels were getting away, and he's like, what kind of devilry is this? One of those miraculous situations that you can't really deny yourself. Like, holy shit, that literally happened. That all happened. Why did it happen though? So that you can wake up to it and recognize that there's more to the world than just fucking what you see with your eyes. Which was one of my biggest gripes with being alive in the first place throughout my life is there's no magic. Life sucks. But that kind of goes back to if I listened to what the voice was telling me when I was younger, which was, you have these abilities. Everything that you're looking for exists. It's just you have to experience more of life before it makes sense. When I look at my journey through witchcraft and magic, spirituality, occultism, the reason all of those concepts make sense to me, the reason I can make sense of them all is because I've had life experiences that were required in order to relate to the concepts of those areas of study. Because you have to experience life before you can understand it. As a song. The hard part is coming to grips with these unexplainable experiences, because obviously there's a part of you that needs to see to believe, there's a part of you that needs to believe to see, and when you see something that you can't explain, there's that part of you that goes that didn't happen, let's stuff that down. But you can only stuff it down so much before it just comes up and you have no choice but you have to face it. But the shitty part about that, because it's not fun having to face these things, because you literally have to come to the grips with the fact that what you think is reality isn't reality. Not anymore. But here's the problem. If things aren't the way I thought they were, as of right now, what does that say about the rest of my life? what about all the years that led up to this? Because obviously if there's some mystical, spiritual, godly and ungodly shit happening right now, does that mean that all of the other shit that happened throughout my life, does that mean that it really happened? You're a wizard, Harry! What the fuck? I've already come to grips with it. That's just why, like, the difficult part is that I live with people that don't see it. So at least I don't know if they see it or not. We don't talk about this stuff, and when I do talk about it, it just kind of gets swept under the rug. So I really only have myself to talk about it, people I talk to online about it, and so I have to get a break away from time to time just so I can like reconcile everything in my head, like we're kind of doing now, and how I do in all these videos. This is just like a documentary, really. Because there's going to come a point in my life that that all this is going to come in handy. Like, people are going to come seeking advice. And not just regular people, but